Namaste, brothers. Welcome to Becoming Chad, where I teach you how to go from beta simp to alpha prince. Today is Stacy Sunday, where I feature real life Stacys to give you their opinion on how to be the best Chad you can be. Why don't you say hi to everybody?
Hi, everybody. I go by Nancy normally, but today I will be Stacy. And I'm really excited. Met you at the gym.
Yeah.
BSF Fitness, and I just love your vibe. I love your polls. You're getting real on there, and,
Hey.
I love realness.
You know, we're giving the people what they want. It seems to me that you're with a real life Chad.
I am.
Yeah, I would say your man is a Chad from what I can see.
He is, definitely.
What about this particular guy drew you to him?
Well, we actually met through work. So
He slid into your email?
I slipped into his email.
This is what I'm talking about, guys. The women will choose you when they like you.
Yes. Yeah. So I was, taken off guard. I sell printers and copiers and document management, software security. Anyways, I walked into his facility and asked to speak to the administrator. And when he walked out, I was kind of like, oh, that's my handsome administrator.
Start getting the tingles going and getting flushed and all that kind of stuff, all giggly.
Yeah. It was only my second week on the job, new job.
Yeah.
And he actually had an appointment with the current vendor. I had no idea, so it was just all serendipitous.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you just have 5 minutes? Can I play?
You're getting all nervous.
And he literally has told me that if I wasn't hot, he wouldn't have given me the 5 minutes if he wasn't attracted to me.
You know what? It's true. You have to pass the eye test.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
what do they say? Like within 10 seconds?
It's even less than that. Like I'm convinced that when you first see someone, you're like, I'd smash or I wouldn't.
Right. 100%.
I mean, just straight up, and
100%.
then from there, you can either increase the person's attraction towards you or
you can definitely decrease it.
I know lots of guys have definitely talking themselves out of getting some women with basically just trying too hard. Mm-hmm. I think trying too hard is something that a lot of guys suffer from.
Yes, it's a disorder.
It's a disorder.
It's the real pandemic.
We got to come up with a term for this when just guys just literally just talk themselves out of getting the ass.
Yes.
Dudes, just say less.
Yes.
Yeah. Being mysterious is usually better anyways.
100%.
A little bit more mystery.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about guys trying to impress you?
Well, see, here's the thing: is I'm kind of a tricky female. I kind of think that I have like a man brain.
A man brain.
A man brain. Yes, I have a man brain.
How does this work?
Well, I have a lot of guy friends, and when I was younger, I had a lot of guy friends. I had a lot of girlfriends too. I love
You're just social.
being a girl.
Yeah.
I love like girly stuff, but like I don't get my nails done. I don't get my hair done. I think that's a waste of money, a waste of time. I'm also don't feel the need to like super impress. Me impressing a guy is like so dumb. I remember one time where I was playing tennis with a guy, and I was like, I'm gonna jump over the net. I'm gonna jump over the net. I'm gonna say, I bet I could jump over the net, like to try to impress this guy.
What did you think was gonna happen?
Oh, I thought I was gonna fucking jump over the net.
And he was gonna be like, "Wow, let's go to the back of my car real quick." Like, what were you thinking was gonna happen from that?
The thing is, I was already actually with him, so I don't know what I was doing, but like. I think so. This is like kind of the man brain. I think that I have. Like
that's definitely a man move to do for sure. I could totally picture a guy doing that. Some girls just like rolling her eyes, like, "What's this dude doing?"
Yeah. So I got like a running start, and I jump. And the thing is, I always go into things 100% feeling confident, like I'm gonna nail this. And then when it doesn't work out, I'm like, "Oh,
did you nail it?
What happened?" Well, I almost cleared the net. I was like, I'm flying. I was like, yes, and my toe of my last.
Oh, of course it did.
Foot. I just face planted on my face and my elbow. And
did he come to your rescue?
Well, he was acting concerned, but also was very funny. And so I, instead of like acting like a baby, like whatever, I got myself in this mess, I started laughing.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Are you okay?" And then he started laughing. I was like, "It's okay. That was so dumb. Like, it's funny. We could laugh about it."
Yeah. I feel like here's the interesting thing. Women can get away with way more than guys can. Like, if I saw that, I'd be like, that's funny and cute. You're trying wait. It's like, you really like me. I wouldn't be turned off. I feel like if it was a man doing that to a woman, she'd be like,
I would be like,
that shit's embarrassing. What if he was like, what if he handed you his phone and said, hey, film me for Instagram real quick while I do this?
See, that's the other thing is my boyfriend doesn't have social media.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, he's smart.
And I really, really like that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I don't know if it's because I'm older or what, but no, because I see a lot of people like my age and older, like totally into the whole Instagram thing.
Yeah.
I've kind of backed off of it a little bit myself. It's so self-centered. It's so self-centered. And
yeah, it really is. I have to agree with that. How do you feel about guys taking selfies?
oh God, it's really it's if I want to laugh. If I want to laugh, I'll tune in to, certain guys' pages and just be like, oh, man.
Yeah, I just feel like there's
Cool, you're ripped, bro.
Yeah, there's something about...
You have anything else to offer?
If you can see the phone in the photo, it looks stupid.
Yeah.
I even think that about women, to be honest.
Me too.
When I see that, because I'm always doing yoga at BSF,
Mm-hmm.
and the mirror that I always do yoga in front of is like the selfie mirror. So I catch people all the time taking selfies there. Like,
Yeah.
like the guys doing it, the girls like trying to get their butt and their face in the picture. And
It's such a process.
oh, I mean, it's funny when they catch me seeing them.
Yeah.
So they kind of like stop and just put their shit away and just get going.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like thinking to myself, like, hey, you know what? Maybe I should offer my photography services. Like,
I do that sometimes.
you want me to take your picture? Because it's going to look better if I take it versus, we can do portrait mode and I can be making it look all good versus like a mirror selfie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then like, what are you getting out of this?
Yeah, you're just pumping up your own ego.
Like, what's the point?
You're expecting people to slide in your DMs.
So you can reject them? You can leave them on red?
Right. So, I mean, we're all guilty of it. I take
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I take selfie mirror,
Yeah.
selfies in the mirror too.
Yeah.
But like,
Women can get away
I'm
with it
just
more.
doing it if I feel like it. And I have so many other things that I talk about on my
Yeah.
page.
Oh, you do, for sure.
And, like, that's not the focus. And sometimes I get really bored, honestly, if that's all anybody brings to their Instagram page. Because I think
Yeah.
it's an amazing social network.
It is.
And you can really use it to broaden people's minds or, bring attention to important things. And it's like me doing...
Yeah, I laugh
day
when
long,
I
every
see
day.
when I see women doing that kind of stuff. They're doing all the. It's like, wow, you're really into this.
Too into
And I'm like,
it.
you should just be a real model.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just go get some headshots
Well, that's
done.
the goal
and be,
sometimes too for a lot of women.
yeah, I know, but if you're doing all the selfie shit, they're not going to be a real model.
And also it makes me think, like, if you are so into yourself, what would you bring to a relationship? Are you even able to be selfless?
They're hot, so you need to worship the ground. This is why. Okay, hold on. Let's rewind here.
Rewind.
This is why simps exist. This is exactly why simps exist. These girls are like, oh, I'm going to grace you with... See, the whole thing about mirror selfies, what gets me going is, it's like you're walking by the mirror. You're like, damn, I look really good. You know what? I need to grace the presence of all my fans with a picture of myself.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it comes off to me,
Same.
It really does. And I'm like, damn, I look good.
Yeah.
It's too much. I don't think if you want to be a real Chad, you could be taking mirror selfies.
No, man. Like, there's got to be some. There we go again with the mystery. Like, you gotta be a little mysterious, and I think you've really gotta, like. For me, it has to be intellectual.
It's all about the mind.
If you're not gonna stimulate my mind,
Yeah.
like, there's nothing's going anywhere.
Yeah, I tell guys all the time, and I was doing all those polls on my Instagram about like turning a girl on, like the proper way to turn her on, and it all starts in the mind. Like, if you want a woman to be obsessed with you, which is what you want if you're a Chad, you have to turn her on mentally.
Yeah.
Because she's gonna like you either pass her physical attraction standard or you don't. Mm-hmm. It's either or. The thing that takes you over the edge compared to the other guys is what's going on in your head.
Yeah.
And if you can really, connect and understand her,
Yes.
it goes, here's the deal. Here's the deal. If you do it right, you'll have girls or women you've dated from the past, from years ago, still thinking about you to this day. to this day because you were able to really mentally connect with them. It's game changing.
It is. And it's also effortless. And
It
that's
is.
what I don't think guys and girls realize. Like, you don't need to put all this effort. Like, I feel like people, now I was talking about it being self-centered, but really you need to focus on yourself.
Yeah.
You need to be happy with yourself, because all of that stuff is like searching for something outside of you to make you feel content or make you feel beautiful or make you feel handsome.
It's true.
And like somebody who is content with themselves can see that like a mile away, and it's like, oh man, you really need to work on yourself.
No,
and I don't mean more plastic surgery and go to the gym more. I mean like inside you.
No, it's true, because there's been plenty of women that I've seen. It's like, yeah, you're hot, you look good, you know, you got the makeup, the lashes, the nails, like all the you know, typical
checklist.
Like, you know, the checklist of like, you know, cute girl, bad bitch stuff, you know. But it's like you're not even that cool.
Yeah.
And then you're walking around like you're so cool. On top of that, that's what I have an issue with. It's like, look, you're hot. And to me, it's such a waste of being attractive if you offer nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you just treat everyone like trash.
Yeah. Like, who are you?
Hey, these simps get treated like trash.
They do.
They really do.
It's sad. It is sad.
These guys are devaluing themselves and just really just letting these girls live their best lives. So they get like, these guys get no love, and that's my mission, is to stop these guys from being simps. You know, we need to stop
You're
this.
on a mission.
I'm
You're
on a
Chad
mission.
on a mission.
Hey, you know, I don't like this dynamic that's going on. I don't. I just feel like some of these women need to come back down to earth, and some of these guys need to stop devaluing them. It's like two things, you know. And there's nothing wrong with, you know, feeling yourself and feeling like you look good. I mean, I'm not against that. But I am against when you look down on other people because you're so hot you think that other people are less than you.
Exactly.
That's what I have a problem with.
Me too.
And it's like a certain kind of attitude. I can feel their vibe. These particular women that are like that, I can feel their vibe when I meet them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I've tried to be friendly, and like I'm always friendly, and I'll talk to guys, girls, whatever. But and I'm always down to make new girlfriends, new guy friends, whatever. But sometimes I've like talked to a girl or like complimented her on something, or like been like, oh, what are you up to this weekend or whatever, and it's just like it's just blank.
They're staring
It's
at
like,
you
I'm like,
deer in the headlights.
Okay, well, all right, we're not going to be friends. That's last time I talked to you.
You don't think they're into anything fun? What kind of stuff are those kind of women into?
Spending hours at salons and
what happens in salons?
I don't know. I don't go to them.
Yeah, I need to. I'm curious on what happens at these salons.
I have no idea.
Probably all the good gossip.
Maybe.
You know,
I just like, I like going outdoors. I like nature. I like, sense of humor is so important to me.
Yeah.
So like I said, you can be into all those things as a girl. That's fine if that's you and you like those things, but you've got to bring something else to the table.
I agree.
And you've got to so one of the things that my boyfriend really likes about me is how adventurous I am when I'm not jumping over tennis nets. I'm hiking up mountains, or
you're pushing yourself.
Going in cold plunge early in the morning in the ocean. Like,
oh, you guys do that?
Yeah, sometimes.
That's pretty hardcore. I'm not gonna be doing that.
That's actually really cool. We could talk about that kind of stuff, what it does to you mentally.
Oh, I'm sure it has a lot of mental benefits.
Yeah,
I bet it does. But I like, you guys are a cute couple. I see you guys. I see you guys at it. Like, what I like about your particular dynamic and your couple is you're not like, he's not like all over you. You know what I mean? Like, you sometimes see guys with their girlfriend at the gym and
they're like hugging him, and then they're looking around like to see who else can see them doing it.
He looks like a simp. You know what I mean? Like, he looks like a simp. Your guy doesn't look like a simp even though he's training with you. Because it's a fine line when you're training with your girlfriend if you look like a simp or you look like a Chad. It really is. So he gives you like enough space. You know what I mean? Because it's because he's confident in himself that because you're another man is talking to you doesn't mean he's trying to get at you,
right?
Or anything like that. It's like you're comfortable in your own skin, knowing like, hey, I know I'm her best option, so it doesn't matter if like other guys, shoot their shot. Because I'm sure I'm sure it happens. Come on, I'm sure you get hit on all the time at the gym from guys.
No.
Really?
Sometimes I wonder if I give off like a bitchy vibe.
You have the resting bitch face going on.
Well,
I
see,
didn't get that
smile.
vibe from you because I met you guys both at the same time.
Yeah.
That one day, yeah.
But like some guys have talked to me on Instagram from the gym that I didn't even know went to the same gym, and I'm like, dude, why haven't you ever said hi to me?
They just slid into your okay, what is the deal with this? I don't understand this kind of behavior. I've heard a lot of women talk about this where they see you at the gym often.
Yeah, or in your daily life somewhere.
Instead of saying what's up to you in real life, they're like, hey, I saw you at the gym. Why are you looking so mad all the time?
Are you from New York all of a sudden?
Yeah, that's what they say. They're like, you should smile more.
Oh, okay, guys, hold on. Let me just say this. If there is one phrase that all women hate hearing from a man, it's you should smile more. You've got such a pretty smile. It's a shame you're not smiling more.
They're missing. Yeah, you know what the truth is? They don't realize. Hey, like I got girls smiling around me all the time, but those same girls, other dudes are saying you should smile more. It's because she doesn't like you. That's why.
Give me something to smile about.
It's like, dude, what is she like here to put on an act for you? Hey, smile and look pretty. Do what you're good at. That's how it comes off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that women get that all the time.
Yeah, even just by strangers walking by the street, like street, that happens. Guys do that to girls all the time. That's happened to me a million times.
Are you serious?
I'm not joking. Like we're just walking on the crosswalk or down the street, and guys will be like, "Oh, you're so pretty. You should smile more." I'm like, "What am I just supposed to walk around with a perma smile? Like
you're like
I'm doing grocery shopping."
Yeah, they've been watching.
In the back. Like what the heck is that?
They've been watching way too many movies and shit. Like okay, nothing is that exciting. Okay, let's be realistic here. I mean, what do they expect to happen? Like she's like, you know what? I will. You want to go to the back of my car real quick?
Exactly.
We should fuck real quick. Let's get a quickie in.
I know, and that's the other thing. So as a mom, I got I would when my kids were little, I would have one in the stroller, one in the
guys
carrier.
still picking up on
I'm
you?
walking, and this same truck is circling me for 5 blocks, catcalling. I'm like, okay, in your perfect world.
What's gonna happen?
Am I throwing my kids in the back of the truck while we have a quickie and I don't even know you? It really bold of you to assume I'm not married, first of all.
I agree.
And what am I going to do with my kids? Why would you think that it's okay to approach a woman like that?
Well,
not even approach me. You're just circling around like a psycho. Because I will beat you up.
Yeah. How often does that work in your favor? I'm just curious to know if that ever actually works.
Same. I'm how many times do you have to
quickie
get shot
that?
down?
The numbers game, I guess.
Do you not think you're creepy? What about your behavior right now is not creepy? I'm worried about your mental health.
No, I mean that's why I'm really big on letting the women choose you. They're gonna send you the signals and be like, you're so funny. I was like, I'm not that fucking funny, but you think I'm hilarious. I think she might like me. I'm not sure though.
Yeah.
But it's if she's laughing at your jokes, if she's getting into your area, if she compliments you on anything or makes any excuse to try to talk to you.
Right.
This means she likes you.
Right. Or in my instance, I get misunderstood a lot because I am friendly and polite.
Oh, so they're assuming it, yeah.
So just because I'm saying hi to you, or somebody DM'd me, I don't even know if I know them. I might have met them years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I was vaguely making, but anyways, they've been responding to story replies and asking me, oh, where's that place? Or just a couple of random things. Or my son is a snake and they said something about a snake, totally not inappropriate. And then suddenly and I've been replying because I'm not rude.
Right.
And then suddenly he hit me up and he was like, I'm going to be in town the 18th to 22nd. What day are you free? And I was like, oh.
Ooh, I like that. Hey, I like that confidence.
Okay. But then I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I have a boyfriend. And I know I don't post about him because I think, I said, I have more things to offer than who I'm dating. I think that's pretty boring. So I was like, oh, sorry, I have a boyfriend. Totally understand if you didn't know because I don't ever post about it. But thanks anyways. And then I get hit with, damn, you be replying to all my DMs. And I'm like, okay, I literally said, this is why girls are bitches.
Mm-hmm.
There's
That's
been
exactly
nothing
why.
that you said that was inappropriate to me or sexual. So why wouldn't I reply? You literally just asked me where the river was that I was at.
Yeah, I mean, that's not even like a
I'm
flirty
sorry.
kind of conversation, in my opinion. No flames, no hard eyes, none of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell. You can kind of tell when it's going flirty. Like if you post something, it's like, oh, that looks so good. Wink. No, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like, I'd love to try that. That's like a signal, you know.
Yeah,
And it's like you gotta look for, like, here's the deal, guys. You can't go off of one signal if a woman's into you. You gotta like add up like multiple ones. Like, okay, you know, she's friendly to me. Like, that's one signal. She's laughing at my jokes. That's another, signal. She's playing with her hair and crossing her legs and stuff near you.
Playing with the hair
That's
is a
the-
total
yeah.
thing that I do.
Yeah, that's three signals. Not every girl does this, but most do. You look for the multiple signals, and then in that case, you can say, "Hey, we should hang out."
Yeah.
You know what I
Now
mean?
you can be bold because
Yeah.
I love boldness.
Well, you got to
but
definitely
it has
ask.
to be invited.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's funny because it's like this like cat and mouse game, you know? Like, she doesn't want to ask you out, but she wants, even though she's giving you all the signs, like, really the women are making the first move. They really are.
I asked my boyfriend out first.
I know, but that's rare though.
Even
you
though
know?
it was a business lunch.
You tried to pretend. You did the old like trying to fly under the radar. It's like, we're just doing business. I'm not into you at all. Who would have ever guessed?
Well, it did start out as that, but then
Yeah, but
he
he
invited
probably-
me to go on his motorcycle that weekend, and I was like, okay.
For business
and it
though,
was
right?
like-
You want to go on my
I
business
was- I
motorcycle?
was trying to get the deal, but that's when everything changed. And
You're like, you're telling your boss, like, hey boss, I don't want to do this, but I'm willing to put my body on the line and go on the back of this motorcycle with this Chad in order to sell a printer.
Yes, okay, it was 24 printers, but anyway.
24. I'm willing to do this for the company. I'm not getting anything out of this.
I put my life on the line.
You know,
like,
you
we
did.
literally went like 126 miles per hour.
I like that dedication to the company. I do.
But it was a good move on his behalf too, because I was like, I trust him completely
Yeah.
with my life in that moment.
See, he's definitely a Chad. He has a motorcycle. He's definitely a Chad. That's a thing. Women are into motorcycles apparently.
I never thought I was. But
Well, they like the danger and
I
excitement.
love danger.
It's like, I mean, they're
danger is my middle name.
I think women are into it if they're into the guy. Like, if you just see a guy on a motorcycle, you're not gonna be like turned on by that. But if you're
Some
already,
girls are, but if they're into motorcycles,
you got to already be attracted to the guy. Like, if you're already attracted to the guy, that just boosts him up another 2 points because he has a bike, you know. Because like, ooh, I get to like hold on, get a little close,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Like, now I have an excuse, you know.
Yeah.
Even though he knows what he's doing. He knows
Hopefully.
yeah. Well, I mean, he knows what he's doing by having a motorcycle and allowing you to get on the back of it.
True,
You
true,
know,
true.
he's not just innocently just going on a drive. You know, he's doing a move. Everyone is doing a move. That's the thing. This is what's funny, by the way. Women always know what you're doing as a guy.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, if they like you, they just let it happen. They do. Like, you invite them over for a movie, she knows what you're thinking. The thing is, she likes you. That's why she agreed to come over. You know, she doesn't think you're gonna watch, you know, The Notebook or whatever, you know, thing. Well, you know,
Sorry,
like,
I don't like movies like
well,
that.
some guys think that's. I mean, I personally don't either. But that's a real simp right there, if we're being honest. But some guys think like, oh, if I put on this romantic movie, she's gonna think I'm like the boyfriend. You know what I mean? This is what guys literally think.
Oh man.
I'm gonna get her in the mood because, like, you know, love, and then she's gonna see me in that kind of way, and it's a beautiful thing, you know.
Oh no, I think you guys should go the opposite. Like, go horror movies so she's scared and wants you to hold her.
Yeah.
And you know, you get a chance to be protective.
Oh yeah, just so scary. This movie's just so scary. You gotta protect your girlfriend.
Oh,
you know,
no.
show how tough a guy you are by protecting your girl from this horrible movie on your laptop. Because it's like, you know, it's not even it's usually like real like.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know what's going on when you're inviting someone over for a movie. Like, come on, let's just be real.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this is the era of the Netflix and chill.
I mean, I've never actually said, hey, come over and watch a movie. I just say, I'm not really into like coming over to watch a movie. You know, I just like come and hang out.
I got 20 minutes.
Well, my whole thing is I feel like
I don't think there's a 20-minute long movie, but
well, the truth is
let's make one.
the movie's going to get in the way of me talking.
Yeah. I'm a talker too.
Well, I mean, I just know you're not gonna be able to emotionally connect when you're watching, when you're like zoning out on the screen. You know,
I've actually fallen asleep on movie dates in the movie theater. It's happened to me.
hey, I've fallen asleep
3 times.
I've fallen asleep in a movie. I think I slept through like several whole movies, like in a movie theater, because I was like,
Same.
I
I fell asleep during The Grudge, Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow, or whatever it's called, and that third one that I don't even remember.
Was it a movie date?
Yeah.
Did he take you on a dinner and a movie? You know, the typical like
no,
go-to
it was
date.
just dinner. I mean, it was just the movie.
So he's like, hey, that was a good movie. You're like, oh yeah, it was great, so good.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah, I mean, was that like a first date or is this with your boyfriend?
No, that was with the father of my kids.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it was, it's like, oh, I'm gonna make a move. I'm like, I'm just so tired. Stick my arm around.
Nothing puts me into bed faster than a boring movie.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, I just really don't.
Drooling. I'm like. Ugh.
I mean, you can go on like movie dates if it's your girlfriend.
Yeah, and the movie's gotta be exciting as well. It's not good for first.
No, it's a
dates.
terrible. I don't understand. I don't think going to dinner is a good first date personally.
Yeah, because I'm really into my food. Like I'm gonna eat my food.
Yeah, how you gonna be looking cute when you're thinking, what should I order? Because I don't want to look like a fat ass in front of the guy.
I don't think that.
Oh, you don't?
At all. One time.
Some girls do though.
No, one time a guy took me on a date because I really don't have a lot of dating experience.
Yeah.
But one time, I usually just like fall into relationships. But one time, it just happens.
Oops.
Same thing with my jobs. I just like jobs rain down on me.
Hey,
boyfriends rain down.
You don't really you can't go in with here's the deal. I've had some experience. And I've gone out with women that are on an agenda.
Okay.
I personally hate that shit. They're like, I feel like I'm like, okay, all right, let me just show you that I'm the good candidate real quick. They're like, okay, what do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you look
man.
It's like, this is date number 1.
Oh, God, I've never even
I'm like,
had a
damn.
talk
I was like, let me give you
that.
my social security number. I'll tell you about my 401k I got going on. It's like,
They're just wondering if you're going to support them
they think
in the future and marry them. You're
I'm
like, whoa.
Don't they know that I'm a Chad?
You're like, I don't even know if I like you.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, well, it's because especially when they're they're getting a little older and they're looking to like settle down.
Oh yeah.
They have this thing where like, I don't want to waste any time. No time wasters. So then they just, I feel like they literally just like scare dudes away.
Yeah.
It's like when you run into like a flock.
Until they find the perfect simp.
Well, exactly. and then they're like disrespecting the guy and they're putting, I'm like, oh, look, he just loves me so much. But I see those relationships. I see the body language when I see those couples together and I can tell. I'm like, they're not getting it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can tell when I see a couple like, oh yeah, she's really into him, or she's only with them because the providing aspect,
That's another thing too. Like I'm very kind of conservative and traditionalist when it comes to like male female roles as like adventurous and like out there as I am. I really think it's important that a man does provide, but there's a lot of providing that the woman does that goes unseen in the public eye. You know what I mean?
Well,
so I think it's a really fair. The scales have to be balanced equally.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the keys to a successful relationship. Like you've both got to be giving to each other in the right amount, and both parties have to feel completely appreciated and valued.
Right. Yeah, because I feel like sometimes that guys
what they bring to the table.
Some guys get into these relationship dynamics where they're doing all the providing and the woman's doing none of the
nothing
regular female roles because like, hey, I'm
not even cooking and cleaning.
Well, it's
regularly.
It's 2021. I don't do that shit.
No.
So it's like,
do
hey,
you guys have a maid? Does everybody have a maid?
Well,
I'm sorry, but
no.
I cook and clean.
No, they expect their man to go take them to dinner every night. Or order Uber Eats. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, I'm sure a lot of guys wouldn't have any issue with doing the providing if they were getting some of the other benefits of the providing part,
Yeah.
But when you're getting zero benefits and you're expected to provide,
the scales are not tipped in your favor.
No.
And they're definitely
guys
not
are really
balanced.
loose. Guys are really loose in here.
They are.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, I think women need to get out of this, this like mindset where they feel like they have to. They're like you said, reaching a certain age.
I agree.
Where they have to like find somebody who's going to take care of them for the rest of their life. Like,
yeah,
I could be happy being single for the rest of my life.
But you don't want to provide for yourself.
I'm a lucky girl. You know, I'm a lucky girl.
Yeah.
I've got a great family. I have a career. But like so space. I love my boyfriend and I have, I think, the perfect balance of space. Like,
Yeah, you gotta have space.
we don't have to be on top of each other.
Definitely.
Like, don't like I don't even
text me
like
all day.
talking on the phone. Like, he calls me and I feel like I'm like 12. I'm like, oh god,
You're all
how
like
is your
getting awkward.
day?
Yeah. Yeah, just wait
I'm
till
sorry.
you see
Did
each
you
other.
call me for a reason? Do you need something?
I'm the same way. I'm not really big on texting anyone all day or calling them up on the phone all the time.
Like, I'm busy, man. I got a
Yeah.
job. I got my kids. I got a million friends.
You got
to
things
do
to do,
with. Like,
you know?
we'll be together on the weekends, and I don't get any like negative feedback from him on that. And he's
No.
also really busy.
He's got things to look. If
He's
he's
super busy, too.
if he's a Chad, he's got things to do.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know?
not concerned with what, like, I don't need a mic. I have 3 kids that I don't even
You don't need-
micromanage
you
properly.
don't need
I
another
don't need
kid.
another kid.
Yeah, I think I hear that. I hear women say that, like, "Oh, my man is like another child,"
No.
or something like that. He's always doing stupid shit. I gotta monitor. You know.
You don't gotta monitor anything, and if you do, you're probably in the wrong relationship.
Well, I mean, here's the deal. Like, sometimes, like, a lot of women will want to just monitor you and control, but like, as the guy, you gotta like,
Nip that
you gotta
in
nip
the
down the
bud.
bud like real quick. 'Cause if-
Otherwise
or else
you'll
it just
continue to get walked over.
it just
It'll
get, yeah.
grow.
You
It's
got
a monster that
you literally
created.
have to. That's the thing. It's like anytime you notice any kind of weird behavior you don't like, you have to just bring it up right then and there.
And that's the other thing that is key to any successful
Yeah,
relationship.
women
or
too. By the way,
friendship.
yeah, women too. By the
Communication.
way, they have to bring up things that they don't like, because
And you got to do the sooner the better, because if you
Right.
let those things fester,
it doesn't get any better.
we all
It
know what
never-
happens. A few tequila shots in.
I know. Next thing you know, you're just. I mean, just like this explosion of
It's like,
just.
where did that come from?
I mean, if we're being real though, like, other people saw that coming a mile away.
Right.
Like, you can see the tension in the couples. Like, I can at least, you know. And every time that like my relationship didn't work out in the end, like, you know, if I'm being honest with myself, I saw that shit coming.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you've got that's another key point, accountability.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I've definitely helped friends. I've had friends get divorced after my
You helped them?
relationship counseling.
Yeah.
They've been like
Canceling?
counseling.
Oh, I think
my
it's like-
relationship.
I thought it's like a canceling thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this relationship's canceled.
I'm just like cancel stamp on that relationship.
Hey.
No, but they see what I went through
Yeah.
in a previous past relationship and how I cut it off and moved
You
on to
have to.
freedom and happiness, personal freedom and happiness, and worked on myself. And I'm not perfect. I've got a lot of work to still do.
Right, everyone does.
Everyone does. You never reach the peak of the mountain.
Never.
You just keep climbing and learning about
Yeah,
yourself
I
and
agree.
about everything. But yeah, I've had 2 friends get divorced and been like, wow, like that was the best thing that ever happened to me. You're right.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's really interesting. I ask women a lot of questions and all that, and the kind of very controlling men they deal with is, to me, I mean, I personally don't want to control anyone. I hate trying to micromanage other people's lives. Like, I'm too focused on doing my own thing. I don't understand why these guys feel the need to micromanage, like, even things that their girlfriend wears. Like, don't wear that.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just, I don't get it,
Yeah,
personally.
and then it comes into this whole toxicity thing, and if somebody has low self-esteem to begin with, that can just be a downward spiral.
Yeah.
And like, then you become like addicted to each other,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's just like, instead of learning and growing together, you're downward spiraling into like depression and negative
Yeah.
self-image.
Yeah, it ends up, like, the relationship dynamic of those couples ends up becoming a thing where they're restricting each other from doing things. I don't.
Yeah, and happiness to me is about freedom.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would never be with someone trying to restrict what I'm trying to do.
And look, if a girl wants to be controlled, she'll let you know that she
Well,
wants
I mean,
to be controlled.
Hey, women want to be controlled in certain aspects of the relationship. If you guys are having some fun time alone, they want to be controlled.
Yeah.
If your guys are just going out, they don't want to be controlled.
Yeah.
You know, it's know when to, what's the word I'm looking? Know when to put your masculine presence onto her, and know when to let her be free.
Right.
That's what's key.
And if you trust and have communication with each other, then there's nothing else to worry about. Nothing turns me off more than jealousy.
Oh, I know. It's so unattractive.
I hate jealousy. In fact, like, I really honestly don't think I have a jealous bone in my body.
Yeah,
And
I don't
like,
either.
I've actually had to like think sometimes like, is this a moment when I should feel that emotion jealousy? Because it's
Yeah.
just not popping up.
Hey, you know, it's funny you're saying that. I've actually, like, legit had girlfriends in the past that I'm pretty sure wanted me to get a little bit jealous so they felt a little more loved. I'm like, I'm just not jealous. I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
just,
Well, part of it is your confidence. You're very confident.
yeah.
And like same for me, like I know what I fucking bring to the
Hey,
table. There's nobody knocking me off my pedestal,
well,
trust me.
the way I look at it is, if you decide you found a guy that's better than me, I mean, he must be a pretty good guy.
Yeah, great.
I can't even
All the
hate on.
happiness
Yeah,
in the
I can't
world
even
to
hate on
you.
that. It's like, you know
It
what?
was fun while it lasted.
I just got to improve some more apparently. So
Yeah.
that's just how I look at it. I just try to be my best, and I know that that's rare. So this is why women from my past probably still think about me. Well, I know they do. I'm not gonna say all, but most of them have. I've definitely been in communication with lots of the women from my past.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much every single girlfriend that I've dated in the past has come back into my life in one way or another. That doesn't mean that like we redated or anything,
Right.
but the old reaching out like, hey, how you doing kind of stuff. It's like, oh, I know what you're doing.
Yeah, and it's same for me as I've had. I'm actually friends with almost all of my exes.
Yeah, same here.
And I think that's just a sign of being a healthy person. But yeah, I'm usually actually the one that gets broken up with.
You know what? Same here, actually. Yeah,
But then what happens is, whether it's 2 months later, 6 months later, 2 years later, I get a text or a DM or a phone call saying, I fucked up. I'm really sorry. I was in a bad place.
Oh, yeah.
You were the best thing that ever happened to me. I've even had marriage proposals.
You've had marriage proposals?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
From like past lovers, like trying to like.
Did they get you a ring though?
I have had
far?
rings, but not from that situation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That'd be funny.
but I'm like, bro, like.
A little too late.
Yeah,
Just a little too late.
Me not talking to you anymore wasn't like a ploy to get you to ask me to marry me.
Yeah,
like,
I feel
I'm
like that.
over you.
You know what's funny that you're talking about that because I don't know where this idea comes in the guy's head. Like the relationship is going south. They're like, you know what? What do I need to do? I need to propose to her. Like that's what's gonna fix this. I need to get a ring. I don't know where that comes from.
Or a girl, I gotta get pregnant.
I feel like if you're the time to propose is when your relationship is going so good, and it's like not like.
And it's been consistently going.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like you're just, oh no, it's falling apart. I better buy a ring to somehow convince her to stay with me. That's such a.
It's a simpy thing to do.
That's very beta. It's very beta. Let's just be real. It just makes you go like, oh, I could never find anyone as good as you.
Yeah.
That's how it comes off, and my thing too is, and I think that a lot of the times I leave a good impression on the women I've dated in the past because I set a high standard for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Plus I'm always improving, so if they broke up with me for whatever reason in the past, you now see me how I am now, and you kind of forget about like whatever that one reason was because it was actually probably pretty minor.
And it might have also been like how most of my exes reached out to me and said they were going through something at the time.
Yeah.
Like it might not even be related to you.
No, I know.
And also, I've actually been broken up with for being too nice.
Too nice? You're too nice.
Too nice.
I never even heard of that before.
I had a boyfriend break up with me. He said I was too nice.
What, you were letting him walk all over you?
No. Like there was no. I'm like, do you want drama? Like, do you want me to be a bitch sometimes? Like, why would I
want
make
some excitement.
I'm like, too nice. Okay, cool. I don't know what that means because that brings me to something else. Like, sometimes I feel like guys, maybe it's simps. I don't know what kind of guys, but I feel like they kind of crave being put in check or crave being treated like shit sometimes. And I just don't have it in me. Like, I'm
maybe.
sorry, but like, that's weird.
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, personally, I wouldn't like that, but I do know that sometimes women will cause drama in your relationship just because they're bored and just want to. I call it poking the bear.
Oh, I don't get it.
Especially if you're like, I'm usually like very calm, so I feel like sometimes everything be going real smooth, no big deal, it's all good. Then it's like, you know what? I want to fuck with Patrick a little bit to see if because he's always too calm. Let me see if I can get a rise. And honestly, they're just testing you. They're just trying to see if you are who you say you are.
Yeah.
And it's your job just to be like, I always laugh when I see that shit. I'm like, oh, I see what you're doing. You're trying to make me angry or you're trying to make me jealous. I'm not going to give into your games,
Yeah.
I think it's funny actually.
Yeah.
To me, it's funny because it's like a little kid.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And back on the jealousy thing. So I think jealousy totally unattractive to me.
Very.
I hate it. But I do crave possessiveness.
Okay, what's
in
the
a
difference?
way. Okay, so like for instance, you walk into a bar with your boyfriend and you're having fun. It's lively. This is pre-COVID days.
Yeah. Yeah,
People
it's not
are
happening.
dancing, going
Oh,
to the bar.
the good old days.
And, he walks in with you on his arm.
Yeah.
It's clear you guys come in together as a statement.
Yeah.
You're together. You go to the bar to get a drink. He goes to the bathroom. Some guy's chatting you up. Hey, how's it going? You're being friendly. They're like,
Right.
can I buy you a drink? Sure, buy me a drink.
Well, I mean, definitely get a free drink for sure.
Right. And he comes back from the bathroom. So jealousy would be like, what are you doing talking to my lady? Like, whoa, ew,
A little too
ew.
much. Yeah.
But like, the kind of thing that I'm talking about is kind of just like just making you're not worried about it, but just
Yeah.
come back from the bathroom, put your arm around and be like, hey, how's it going, man?
Yeah, you don't even act like it's a big deal.
You don't have to. You don't
Yeah.
have to be like, ooh. Like just be like, how's it going, man?
I agree. That's too.
And they could be like, oh, hey, this is so and so. He just bought me a drink. Oh, cool. Like,
so
how's
nice.
it going?
How kind of you. How kind
And
of you
then
to
you
buy my
guys-
girlfriend a drink.
And then you guys go your
Yeah.
separate ways. Like, and the same thing for a girl. Like, let's say the reverse situation happens.
Yeah.
I don't have to
But if-
come back from the bathroom and throw the drink in her face
Yeah.
and be like, what are you doing talking to my like?
Hey.
Oh, whoa, chill out.
What if he bought her a drink though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that cool?
Buy her a drink. I don't care.
I mean, that'd be a simple move, but like, would you be cool with that?
Yeah, I would totally be cool with that
Okay.
because that's how confident I am in my relationship
Yeah.
with anybody that I'm with.
Interesting.
And I'm like, what's really gonna happen? I mean, maybe it's gonna turn into a real fun time for the three of us. Who knows?
Well, I mean, see, this is what you guys, this is what you want. Like, you want open-mindedness, and you never know what can happen,
You never
so
know.
like low key, I think girls are a little curious, most of the time.
Yeah, and
Most women are just a little bit curious.
you gotta just have that talk or that like understanding
Yeah.
before you get thrown into a situation
Right.
like that.
How do you bring that up?
God, okay, so this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm just a different kind of
Well, we're
girl. I don't know.
guys here are trying to learn how we can, make this a thing.
Make it a thing.
Well, I mean, if you're a Chad, this is probably happening for you. So guys want to know, how do I become a Chad so this is going to be happening to me?
I mean, I would just say like have a conversation. Maybe.
Who brings it up?
I mean, if you're interested in it, like if the girl brings it up, I mean, you can't make the girl bring it up.
No,
She's
no.
gonna bring it up. But if you're honestly like you're seeking to have some kind of openness in your relationship,
Yeah.
or you're like you want to experience that, maybe you've had it in the past, maybe you've never had it.
Yeah.
I think like you have to first of all have a very solid relationship,
Right.
just the two of you, where there's nothing but respect and appreciation and value. And then like if you're not communicating those urges, then you're not in an honest relationship.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So, you could be like, hey, babe, like, have you ever had a threesome?
Yeah, you'd be like, hey.
And she's like, yeah, I've been gangbanged by 10 guys. And they're like, okay, never
He's like,
mind.
well,
I don't
go too
want,
far.
I don't want this.
No, you don't just say, you don't
No.
just go up to your girl and go like, hey, Becky's looking a little cute.
Yeah. You have to have that foundation. So, and that like, okay, that green light that that's
Yeah.
okay to talk about, which anything should be okay to talk about if you're in a,
Right.
in a great relationship.
It's innocent fun.
Yeah, but
you know?
I think that you should just be, just be like, hey, have you ever had a threesome? And, she could say yes, she could say no, because maybe there's things about your girl that you don't even know.
I was about to-
because
I was
you
about
haven't
to-
even breached that.
Hey, for real, women try to come off way more innocent than they really
oh,
are.
yeah.
I hope I was digging stuff. I was like, I know, especially the ones that come off as innocent. I'm like, you're innocent for certain guys. Because I know that. I know how it is. Because like, oh, you're trying to give. I was like, oh, I've never done this before. I don't normally do this, but you're just corrupted me with your bad boyish. I was like, I did not corrupt anything.
Yeah,
You
you're
want?
like, how many times have you said that line?
I mean, first of all, it's like, I've heard that line a million times,
Yeah.
So it's like, there's no way that everyone's just, I know I'm not that bad of a person.
Right.
Where I'm just like corrupting everyone. It's like, come on, let's be realistic here. If anything, you're corrupting me.
Yeah. No, the prim and proper act.
I always laugh when I laugh when I see that. It's like, I know
I'm
what
just like, come on. Everybody has fantasies. Everybody
Right.
thinks about things. And, there's, everybody has a certain, I mean, I'm going to take that back. Not everybody has a certain level of freak
hey, and plus I can
behind
tell,
the doors.
I can tell
Some people are boring. They're vanilla.
No, it's true. And, I can just tell by how they look if they're like the vanilla boring or they're pretending to be prim and proper even though they're not. It's like, okay, you don't look like how you are. And you're actually all like, oh, I've never like even heard of what is that? I never heard of such a thing. It's like, come on.
Is that a math problem?
Yeah.
Threesome?
Threesome?
The sum of 3 plus pi?
Yeah, what? I've never seen a sex toy before. I don't
Get out of here.
I don't have 10 of those in my, bedroom.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
you always have to, I mean, I know this for myself. I always have to just prod a little bit because I can tell I'll ask the question, like whatever question that I know is not innocent. And then the woman starts getting all squirmy. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I found something.
Yeah,
I'm
tapping in on something.
I'm tapping
here.
in on. This is why it's important to pay attention to like
signals and cues.
Not what women say, what they do.
Mm-hmm.
It's really key.
Yeah.
Because you can tell because they start getting all like squirmy and laughing and trying to change the subject.
Yeah.
And you're like, nope, we gotta stay. We gotta stay here. You gotta see what's up.
Let's explore this. And so this is like if I could give advice to other girls out there, like you need to value when your man is being honest with you and bringing something up like this to you, because I'm sorry, but I have seen so many guys cheating on their wives.
Oh, I know.
Cheating on their girlfriends, and the girlfriend's over here thinking that she's got everything on lock and key.
Yeah.
And it's like, wouldn't you rather just have that together? Like, be like, hey.
I agree.
Like, you're getting played, girl.
Well, that's the thing, too. It's like what I notice, too, a lot of times in those situations, like the girl's holding out on the guy.
Yeah.
So he's forced to go
behind. Why are you
behind.
doing that to your Chad?
Well, hey, look. You want to know the secret to keeping a guy around? It's just like if you're, having a lot of fun, he's not going to be looking for more fun.
Exactly.
That is truth. You know what I mean? It's like, look, guys aren't like just have to be like a new one every single time, but if you're having fun with your partner, so keep that in mind, and just because he's having fun with another woman doesn't mean he wants to date her.
Exactly.
There's a huge difference between the two. There is.
Women get that confused. But instead of it, if your man comes to you and asks a question like, have you ever had a threesome? That's something I'm curious. And I think that they're scared to even be honest with and say that because they're scared the woman's going to be like, wow, you're a pervert, or why would you even say that?
Yeah,
What's wrong with
what a
me? You don't
perv.
want me. And it's like, whoa. That is the wrong attitude to have. Nothing's going to create more distance between you.
He's never going to bring anything up again.
Shutting down a moment shutting him down when he's being completely honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's way better to bring it up because then and you can be included.
Yeah,
you can pick,
exactly.
you can help, you can be a part
and
of it.
Be fun, and it's not for everyone, and not. But I think everybody should try it.
Yeah.
Just to see if it's something that they like. You might not know, girls. Maybe you're really going to be into this.
You know what? You're probably going to be into it. Like, let's just be realistic here. It's way more fun than you think it is.
And then you guys can define your own rules around it, but everything has to be based off of respect. And you've just got to be confident with yourself, ladies, and know what you bring to the table and not be constantly worried that somebody's going to steal your man, because nobody's going to steal anybody from anything.
No.
Nobody's going to steal your girl, steal your man. If you're fulfilling each other's needs, then there's no stealing going on. You're going to be together.
Yeah, plus
you're going to be happy.
It's true. Plus you should know you'll be laying it down way better than that other girl.
Yeah.
So all it's going to do is
learn a few things from somebody else.
If anything, it could really highlight how much better you are compared to her. So then he's going to be like, you know what? Maybe this threesome thing wasn't that fun.
And maybe.
You know what I mean?
And you know what, people want what they can't have.
Yeah.
Give them a little taste and maybe they'll be satisfied.
Yeah, it's true. And then, or maybe you can, have a new friend.
Yeah.
And
there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with trying it out and saying, hey, that wasn't for me.
Yeah. And
then, if that's really something that like the guy is pushing on, then maybe the relationship isn't worth.
Well, I mean, you should never be pushing anything on anyone, in my opinion.
So if you say, as a girl, like, I tried it and it didn't work out for me, then maybe you need to find somebody who values a completely monogamous relationship.
Right. Yeah, I agree. It's just you should never force anyone to do anything, in my opinion.
But wouldn't you rather have found that out rather than ending up with somebody who you find out doesn't want to be completely monogamous, and then you find out they've been cheating on you?
I mean, that's way worse because now you're just like living a fake life behind someone's back.
And then you're devastated, and then it just leads to so much negativity. Or even like, okay, you're at a restaurant, a cute waitress your waitress is cute. Ladies, guys are not always thinking of you. Like, they're men. Biologically, they're going to look
Yeah.
at other women that are attractive
Hey.
and they're going to think it. So wouldn't it be cool to, like, why don't you say, hey, our waitress is super hot. What
Yeah.
a cutie.
You should bring it up as the woman and not trapping the dude into like
Yeah.
trapping on him, but like, hey, because you know what?
I'd be like, damn, look at her
yeah,
ass.
she's got a fat ass. You know, it is what
and
it is.
just have that openness, that
Yeah.
openness, that honesty, that communication, so that it's really like a safe place for both of you to really feel like
Yeah.
you can say what you want to say.
It's true, and that's another interesting thing too, that it's almost like some women don't even want their man even looking at another woman.
I'm like,
like
are
they don't
something
have
wrong with your brain?
like they don't
they're
have
gonna
eyes.
Look at other
like
women.
I don't have eyes, and that's the thing too. It's like just because I notice another attractive woman, everyone notices attractive people.
Mm-hmm.
You notice attractive men. You notice other attractive women. You just notice attractive people in general.
Yeah.
But just because I looked doesn't mean I'm gonna do anything about it.
Doesn't mean you're gonna go, buy a ring for that chick and not for like.
It's like, you
whoa,
know what? I decided
let's stop
you're not the one.
fast-forwarding.
She's the one, even though I don't know her.
I loved the way she served me my fries.
Yeah.
It's over, babe.
Hey, you know what? Waitresses are hard-working women. I
That are
definitely
working for tips.
Hey, you know what?
Let's remember that too.
I've known lots of cool, hard-working waitresses.
Yeah.
And they're very quality.
Yes.
So
yeah.
show your waitress some love. Give her a good tip.
Give her a good tip. Give her a compliment.
Hey, leave your phone number on the receipt if you're interested. I wonder what the success rate of that would be.
Oh, I used to cocktail waitress, and I'm a man.
How many phone numbers did you get?
Get some interesting stuff,
Yeah. How many phone numbers were left where you actually like, you know what, I'm gonna call this guy?
None, but I'll tell
None.
you what. I'll
None.
tell you what.
None.
Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, one. There was one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, how do you do it? How do you do it and make it work?
One man actually, we were chit-chatting because obviously I'm your waitress and you're talking to me. I'm not gonna be rude.
Right.
He was an older man, and somehow my birthday got brought up or something, and my birthday was like a month later. He left. I got a card to the restaurant with $100 bill in it.
Hey, what a nice
and a happy
guy.
birthday.
He really left an impact on him.
Apparently.
Yeah.
And then I did end up going on a date with him.
Did you?
I did.
Well, how'd that go?
It was a good day. It was just a
didn't go
lunch,
anywhere,
just
huh?
a lunch date.
Oh,
but
that's
I
not-
was
a
like,
lunch date? That's
honestly,
terrible.
honestly, it was just out of courtessy for me.
Yeah, it was like friends,
That was really,
Yeah.
really thoughtful.
That is very thoughtful.
And, I'm just like,
He was
maybe
simping.
you really enjoyed my company. I'll spend an hour talking with you over
He was
lunch.
simping. He was simping.
He was old.
Yeah, I mean,
I do have a soft spot for old people.
yeah, I mean that's the thing too, guys. You have to be realistic. Like, take a good look in the mirror and be like, does this make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Me next to her, does it make sense? Because if it doesn't make sense, then it's never going to be a thing.
Yeah.
And if it is a thing, all she's doing is taking all your resources and money.
Right.
So always keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to make sense on paper.
Yeah.
She's got to be. I'm really big under the. She's got to be physically attracted to you.
Mm-hmm.
Even though everyone thinks like, oh, it's shallow and all that, but you know what? It's the reality.
Yeah.
She's got to be into you physically.
Yeah. I mean, everybody, and that
It is what it is.
That's another funny thing is that sometimes people, I mean, and this might sound shallow, but sometimes people are like not looking in their same category.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
they're
trying
like
to
a
say?
5 and they're looking like at a 9. It's like it's not going to be a thing.
And maybe that might happen if you've got such a great personality. Like for me, like it can, but the people that are doing that, I feel like are rude to people like
Yeah.
they're a 5, they're looking for 9s only, and
Yeah.
it's like, but why are you being rude to other 5s?
Yeah, I know. They're like, gross. I would never date a 5.
I'm like, do you not think that these women aren't thinking that about you?
Yeah, the only way, in my opinion, where you can make that work if you're a 5 and you're going after a 9 is, 1, you have a good personality. Number 2,
Funny, you have to be funny.
Yeah, but
you
not
have to
like-
be so funny.
yeah, but not funny like a clown.
No.
There's a difference
There is.
between her laughing at you and her laughing with you.
You gotta be witty funny.
Exactly, because that shows intelligence.
Yes.
So, but you got to be funny, but the right kind of funny, not like you're putting on an act and all that shit. And number 2, you have to have some kind of status.
Yeah, or
like a
you
high status
really got to
guy.
know how to put it down in the bedroom.
Well, I mean, you're never going to be able to put it down in the bedroom if you don't have the status and the funniness. So,
True.
I mean, do you really think a guy that's a 5 is going to be putting it down good in the bedroom? I mean, how much experience do you think he has?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to say, I don't know every 5 in the world.
No,
so
I know.
I can't
mean,
say that.
You know what? Looks can be deceiving too, actually.
can.
Like, you look at a guy and you think, oh, he's going to throw it down the bedroom. 30 seconds later, he's rolling over and falling asleep.
Yeah. And you're
So-
like, what a colossal disappointment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that happens more often than not.
And now I have to see you at the gym every day.
How awkward. Yeah. You thought that guy was a Chad. It turns out he wasn't,
Oh, yeah.
There's a
Turned
lot.
out he was just sad.
There's a lot of guys that are like that. It's like, see, they don't care about return customers. It's all about the return customer.
It's all about notches in the belt for them.
Exactly. That's all they care about. They'd rather spend their time and energy trying to get new women all the time.
Gross.
But I know, instead of like, but when you're doing it right and doing it good, that's when you have the ones from years ago still hitting you up, because women remember these guys because they're actually pretty rare.
Yeah.
The ones that actually know what they're doing and actually take the time to give you the full experience. Because, I mean, I personally think women actually get more out of sex than guys do. You have way more nerve endings there. You have a whole organ dedicated towards pleasure. Guys don't have that. So it's way more intense for women if the guy's doing it right. But I did the poll on my Instagram, and it was saying that less than 50% or more than 50% of the women were not experiencing orgasm during sex. And I thought that was interesting.
Interesting, maybe not so interesting, because it's not always it's not always within the guy's ability. There's so many women, like maybe 35% of women don't ever orgasm.
Ever.
Yeah. And so you've got to think about trauma that women have experienced, or, sometimes maybe they were in a very religiously suppressive family.
Yeah.
There's these walls that some women have that are just, it's just preventing them from getting there.
That makes sense.
And it's not the man's responsibility to there's nothing he can do physically to get her there. She has to work on breaking those walls down herself.
I agree. Yeah, I thought, here's another thing that I thought was interesting in the polls I did, because I was like, who does more work during sex, men or women? And it was like, men. So I was like, and I was like, how often men experience orgasm during sex? Like, pretty much every time.
Yeah.
So I was like, the conclusion I came to, there's a direct connection between amount of work put into sex and orgasming. So, I mean, this is very unscientific. But it's just a conclusion. Because maybe...
Did you do a double-blind peer-reviewed study of this, Patrick?
I might have to... Look, you guys.
Are you looking for volunteers?
Here's the deal. I don't want to do this, but I'm willing to put my body on the line for science. And I'll get back with my research. I'll put my lab coat on. I'll get back with my research and let you guys know. But we should definitely...
And every volunteer gets a free jug of bathwater.
You get a free power sticker. Speaking of products, today's podcast sponsor is Epic Spreads. If you want to be a real Chad and be the best Chad you can be, this delicious blend of peanuts, cashews, and coconut is packed full of 77 grams of muscle-building protein. You can't be a Chad with a weak, scrawny body. Would you date a guy that was weak and scrawny?
No.
Of course not.
It almost, the nature of the conversation, I thought you said penis. It has penis in it. Does it have penis in it? Not peanuts? Is this penis butter?
Brothers, if you want women thinking of your nuts, scoop out this jar of Epic Spreads.
And go nuts.
Use the code CHAD to save 10% on your order. EpicSpreads.com.
Perfect.
I appreciate you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
The first Stacy on the show. So if you guys like this, we're going to keep doing episodes with real life Stacys. So if you're a Stacy and you want to come here and tell guys what's up, slide into my DMs.
Yeah, you're all about the DM slide.
Hey, I don't have an official email for this, so slide into my DMs if you want to be featured on the Becoming Chad podcast, because we're going to try to add real value to the guys out here.
I think that this is amazing, this direction that you're going, because I really think you have a good reach, and I think it's going to be really exciting. I'm excited for new polls and for feedback on this podcast
Oh, yeah.
and others. And I hope to be back. I feel so honored.
You
Thank
know,
you for
I think
having me.
we're gonna get a rotation of Stacy's on the show, and we'll just do, like I said, I want to do once a week, Stacy Sundays.
Yeah.
And we'll just get a rotation of cool girls to come on here, and we'll just learn.
And I'm excited to hear from other Stacys.
Yeah, other Stacys.
I want to know what other women's perspectives are.
Yeah, 'cause-
so I don't feel like such a weirdo in my thinking.
Well, no, because as a Chad, a lot of women think the same. Not all of them are open with saying everything, though. So you'll see once we start getting more episodes in.
Can't wait.
Yeah. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next one.